Hello boys and girls, Miss Holcomb here again. Today we are going to be learning how to solve equations with variables on both sides. The steps are very similar to solving equations. So if we look at our steps, our first step is to distribute. That's exactly the same as our last one. Our next step is to eliminate fractions by multiplying by our least common denominator. Again, same as beforehand. We are going to combine like terms on the same side of the equal sign. Same step. This is where things get a little bit different. We are going to add or subtract to move the variable to one side. We want to do the variable first because if all variables cancel out, it is a special case, okay? And we have two different special cases. A true statement, which is called identity, or infinitely many solutions. Or if it's a false statement, then it's going to be no solution. Then we are going to add or subtract to move the constant to the other side. And then we are going to multiply or divide to get the variable by itself. The only step that is new here is the step where we are going to add or subtract the to one side first. I always like to move the variable, the smaller variable, because it makes it easier when we are adding and subtracting. All right, let's get started. So let's look at our examples. So we are going to solve each problem. Remember, at the end, I will give you an opportunity to pause to copy down the problems. Oh no, everything is backwards. All right, so let's try this. All right, so do I have any parentheses? So I do not need to distribute. Do I have any fractions? Nope. All right, so our next step, we look after we multiply, is going to be combine like terms on the same side of the equal sign. I do not have any like terms, so now we are going to add or subtract to move the variable to both sides. My negative 2 is smaller, so I'm going to add 2x to both sides. Remember, we can draw a line down the middle. Whatever we do to one side, we do to the other side. The 2x is going to go with the same like term, the 7x. The negative 2x and 2x cancel out, so all I am left with on this side is 55. Then I am going to add 7x plus 2x. Well, 7 plus 2 is 9. We keep our variable, and I'm going to bring down my constant. All right, then we're following our steps. We're going to subtract our constant from both sides. 55 minus 19 is 36. Then we are going to multiply or divide to get the variable by itself. I'm going to divide by 9. And 36 divided by 9 is 4. So x is going to equal 4. All right, perfect. Let's try another example. So what is my first step? My first step is to distribute. So I'm going to be distributing my 4 and my negative 2. Remember to circle the sign so that we do not lose track of that sign. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times negative x is negative 4x plus 3x equals, okay, drawing our line for our equal sign. Everything we do on one side we have to do to the other. All right, let's distribute it to negative 2. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. All right. We are now going to combine like terms on the same side of the equal sign. So I have negative 4x plus 3x. So I'm going to have 4 minus 1x, or x, equals negative 2x minus 2. All right. We are now going to add or subtract our variable to the other side. Negative 2 further from 0. So I'm going to add 2x to both sides. So I have 4, that will give me x. All right, so negative 1x plus 2x will give me 1x. 1 plus 2 is 1. Then we bring down our 4, and what I'm left with over here is negative 2. I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides. So x is going to equal negative 6. All right, pause the video so that students copy down the first 2 examples. All right, now let's look at the next problem. My first step is to distribute. I always circle the term that I'm distributing plus the same multiplying 1/4 times 12. So 1/4 times 12. Okay, so a fourth of 12, or 12 divided by 4 is 3. That is going to be 3x. 1/4 times 16 is going to be 4, because that would be 1 times 16, which is 16. 16 divided by 4 is 4. All right, let's distribute our negative 3. Negative 3 times x is negative 3x. Negative 3 times negative 2 is positive 6. All right, now that I'm done distributing, our next step is to multiply by our least common denominator to eliminate fractions. Well, it already eliminated our fraction when we were dividing or multiplying, so I don't need to do that step. The next step is to move the variable. Find like terms on the same side of the equal sign. I apologize. So I'm going to combine my like terms, my 10 and my 6. 10 plus 6 is 16. So on this side, still going to have 3x plus 4 equals, and then I'm going to have 16 minus 3x. All right, now I'm going to add or subtract to move my variable. I'm going to add the negative 3. I'm going to add negative 3 to both sides, 3. Left with 6x plus 4 equals 16. Okay. I'm going to take 4 from both sides. I made 6x equals 6. X equals 2. Please pause the video to allow. All right, let's look at example 4. Our first step is to distribute. So I'm going to multiply 2 times x and 2 times negative 1. Remember, circle the term and the sign. So on this side, I'm going to have 2x plus 2 equals 2 times x is 2x. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. We don't have any same side like terms on the same side, so I'm going to subtract my variable to move it to one side. 2x minus 2x cancel out, cancels. I am left with 2 equals negative 2. Is that a true statement? Does 2 equal negative 2? No. So this is one of our special cases, which means that this has no solution. Let's say that instead of having a negative 1 here, I had a positive 1. That would be 2 equals 2, which is a true, makes it infinitely many solutions. All right, boys, your turn. You're going to do the 4 try-it problems. Make sure you check your answers with the sub before moving on to your Excel lesson.